Welcome everybody to another episode of Head to Head with Brian Parker. I am he. Head to Head. I'm sorry, Head to Head Sports. I got my wrong days. But no, welcome to Head to Head Sports. I'm your host, Brian Parker, along with my co-host, Mr. Randall Hargrove. Where are you, Randall? Yes, on the show. Rand's not here right now. But we'll go ahead and get the show started. Anyway, so y'all, this has been a crazy, and I apologize. I am sucking on a cough drop because I have a bad sore throat. I'm actually kind of sick, but unfortunately wasn't able to make the show last week. Out of town, could not get to be able to do the show remotely. So sorry, but anyway, we're here this week to recap um, the last part of Week 7 in the NFL. Talk about some of these games that man, some crazy games this past week. Some upsets, some choke jobs, some comebacks. Um, there's been a lot of teams that I think that we may have went into the season thinking that they were going to be very dominant. There were teams that started off a little slow and have now seemed like they've gotten their footing a little bit more. And there's just up and down teams. One week they look like world beaters. The next week they look like they can be got any given Sunday. This has been one of the most jumbled up years that I can remember in recent history, where you just cannot bank on any team being a shoe in, especially when there's a lot of times there's shoe ins. Now, trust me, I get it. Every team's got NFL players on it, NFL talent, and things like that. But sometimes it's not just the talent; it's the situational football, it's the play calling. It's a lot of things that goes into a team winning or winning consistently or winning infrequently or in the case of the Jets at all. Um, takes a lot. And in years past, it's actually been somewhat more predictable, I think. Um, so I know that platforms like FanDuel and DraftKings and MGM and Bet365 and all of them are probably just laughing all the way to the bank because the teams that you would have considered years ago as safe bets, if you're playing spreads or if you're playing just the money lines and things like that, you can't. You can't at all. It's absolutely too hard to do. So uh, y'all let me know after the chat what were some of the craziest games that you saw this weekend. Um, I think the craziest one that I saw had to be the Giants game, and I'm not gonna bury the lead. Let's get into what happened with the Giants yesterday. The Giants yesterday, y'all. This is absolutely insane. We're up, and I couldn't believe it. They were up in the fourth quarter, 32 to nothing, and they lost. I'm gonna say it one more time. The New York Football Giants football team was up 32 to nothing against the Denver Broncos, and they lost the game. Not in overtime. Oh no, they lost the game in regulation, 33 to 32. You held a team to 0 points through three quarters. You lost the game. Now, question is that more of the Giants choking, or is that the resolve of a Broncos team? Could it be both? Could both things be true at the same time? Now, got a lot of friends in New York. I'm sorry. I was rooting for you. I thought that, you know, y'all finally caught lightning in a bottle with your rookie. I wasn't supportive of that decision because I thought he just needed to sit, wait, and learn a little bit more. But damn it, you Giant fans said the future is now. Future is today. We tired of losing. We tired of being the laughing stock of the league. And you put King Jackson out there to take you to the promised land. And he almost did. But for whatever reason, the Giants let the foot off the gas and had the Broncos score 30 damn 3 points in the fourth quarter. At the same time, the Giants, who had been prolific all day long, scored those first 13 points in the fourth quarter. That was it. It was over. That's an epic fail. Whether you say the Broncos stopped shooting themselves in the foot, which they did, a lot of turnovers, a lot of penalties, things like that, stalled drives, ended drives, things like that in the first three quarters, to then just be able to turn it on in the fourth quarter, which I'm sure that they do not prefer to do. Um, they still saw a way to come back. Do you know how much belief you have to have in your team to have all 53 guys and the coaches and the staff believing on that sideline that yes, we're down, but we still got a chance, and to see it come through? Do you know what kind of confidence that builder that can be to make a team believe that until all zeros are on that clock, this ain't over? I believe that win will do more for the Broncos than that loss will do for the Giants. To face adversity like that and still persist, push through, man, that's great. Now, I still don't think it's total gloom for the Giants. You know, when a team isn't used to winning, it's easy for them to lose. It's like being in a bad relationship. Once you get in another relationship, it's easier for you to mess that one up because you're so used to them derailing and being messed up. They have to learn how to win again. But the fact that they put themselves in a position is promising. You do see some promising things from the team. The defense seems reinvigorated. Brian Burns seems like he's um, gotten reinvigorated. Cam Scatterboo looks like a battering ram that is not afraid of contact at all. Jackson Dart, he's that dude. He's a dude. No doubt about it. You got some good core pieces there in New York that definitely is putting them on a trajectory for some really good years to come. It won't be this year, but they are going to be a tough out, not only in the NFC East, but in the NFC in general. Not now, but give them another year or two. Nobody's going to want to play the Giants. I don't think anybody wants to play them right now, to be honest with you. But they did well. There's a lot of things to learn from. There's a lot of things as Giant fans, I believe, to feel excited about as long as um, they're able to continue to grow. Now, that is going to lead into an off-season question. Will they be allowed to grow as currently constructed? And that also means with their head coach and their general manager, who I still believe made this change to Jackson Dart in an attempt to save their jobs. And I get that. But now the question is going to be, are they doing enough to keep their jobs? Even if they don't have a winning season, which I don't think they will. Do I think they'll win 9 games this year? No. They've only won 2. They've already played 7. That means there's 10 to go. Do I believe that in the next 10 games they're going to go 8-2? Hell no. But how many wins is it going to take to get Brian Daboll and Joe Shane off of the hot seat? Now, yesterday wasn't a win, and anybody that knows me knows I don't believe in moral wins, but it does show you the capabilities that they have. Are there some things that they really need to shore up defensively? Because you can't just let a team score 33 points in a damn 15-minute fourth quarter. That's just crazy. Um, yes, but if you look at the totality of the season, and that's what I believe ownership will need to do to make a good informed decision. Look at the totality of the season. Did the team get better once you brought the rookie in? Yes. Did the team get better? Hey, and this is a team that you got to remember they lost their number one receiver, Malik Neighbors. They've been doing all of this without their number one receiver. Yes, they got Robinson and they got a good running game, and they're not even barely using Tyrone Tracy. They've gone to Scatterboo, and this team is playing better. So yes, Shane and Dabo were desperate, but it does look like it's paid off, or it's at least giving the fans something to believe in, and it looks like it's even giving the team something to believe in. So I think that the Giants are moving in the right direction. I did pick them at the beginning of the season to finish third in the conference in front of the Dallas Cowboys. Not because I can't stand the Cowboys, not that that's not necessarily a extra incentive, but I firmly believe that they'll finish in front of the Cowboys. Well, Brian, if you're saying that the Giants can't win 10 games, then what are you saying the Cowboys are going to do? Exactly. Implode in 5, 4, 3. It's coming. And we'll get to that game shortly too. But let me know what you guys think. But yeah, I think that the Giants epically choked. The Broncos showed a lot of resolve and resistance and persistence and came back in spectacular fashion. And again, I think that's going to do a lot for the Giants. I think a lot of people just expected the Giants, the Broncos. I think a lot of people just expected the Broncos to cakewalk into the game, and it was far from that. And you know, everybody's all right until they get punched in the mouth. But what happens when you get punched in the mouth and now you're standing up and you realize, okay, these boys came to play. And now you're down 32-0 in the fourth quarter and your plan didn't work. So what are you going to do? Now they could have easily said, you know what, y'all? Today ain't our day. Let's just go out there, put forth a little bit of effort, keep this thing moving. Ain't no sense in nobody getting hurt out here. Let's just, do what we got to do, pack it up. We'll watch the tape on Monday. We'll reassess, we'll figure it out, and we'll be ready to go full steam ahead the next game. That's everything that the coach would say at a press conference. But them players weren't satisfied with that status quo, if you will. They said, no, we're going to do you up one better. Hold my beer. Let's go out here and win this damn game. And that's exactly what they did. So all kudos to the Denver Broncos in that game. All right. That was, like I said, that was one of the games that really, really, I mean, it got me going, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. The first game of the week started last Thursday, and it was being branded the Icy Hot Bowl. Absolutely hilarious. But it was dubbed that way because you had two old quarterbacks, the 40-year-old quarterbacks, and Joe Flacco and Aaron Rodgers. Pittsburgh against Cincinnati. Pittsburgh have been playing well enough to continue to win. Currently now they're 4-2. And Cincinnati trying to figure out what to do after their whole Jake Browning project did not go as expected after Joe Burrow went down again. So they reached over to a in division rival in Cleveland and snatched away Joe Flacco, which was a curious move for a lot of reasons. It was an an in division rival. You're basically saying that you have no quarterbacks that would be better than a 40-year-old Flacco. And the things that got Burrow hurt are things that Flacco does not excel in. You know, Burrow got hurt because the line couldn't keep him up and keep him protected, so he kept taking hits. And Flacco's no spring chicken. He's not going to be able to move around in the pocket and avoid and evade. The best characteristic he could have, excuse me, is getting the ball out of his hands as quickly as he can to avoid those said contacts. Um, but this game was, in my prediction, going to lean more heavily on the Steelers, their defense, them being able to control the clock, being able to run the ball, uh, uh, maintain time of possession, and be able to walk away with the win. I didn't expect it to be a blowout. I did expect it to be a very close game, 2 or 3 points. It ended up being one. I'm sorry, two. But those 2 points went the way of the Cincinnati Bengals. And it's kind of funny, and it's always like this with the NFC North. I mean, the AFC North. It doesn't matter what your record is. When these teams play each other, you can throw the records out of the window, and whoever you think should win probably won't. And I know if Randall was here, he'd think back last year to when the Steelers were really hot. They ended up playing the Browns, and Jameis Winston, caught fire and was just, throwing the ball all over the place and led them to a win over the Steelers. And now it seems like the Bengals uh, did exactly the same thing. It was an interesting game. Um, Aaron Rodgers did okay. 23 or 34, 249, 4 touchdowns, but 2 costly picks. Um, Aaron Rodgers having multiple picks in a game is not something that we would have seen from a younger version of Aaron Rodgers. Um, Normally very accurate with the ball, known for throwing massive amounts of touchdowns and very, very few interceptions. But then when you look over at Flacco, even better, they let this man throw 47 times. So they were not being conservative at all. 31 to 47, 342 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. The team that I said needed to get their ground game going, they did in the Steelers, led by Jalen Warren, who had 127 yards on the ground. Gainwell came in with an extra 14. Rodgers had 6. So you're looking at 147 rushing yards overall. That would be good. But then the Bengals countered, same thing. Chase Brown, 108 yards on the ground. Samaje Perine also threw in another 31. Flacco had 3. So you're looking at 142. So they countered that. So both teams got their running game going, and the runs always open up the pass. Now, when it came to receiving, Jamar Chase went the hell off. Um, I believe it was career highs and franchise highs in targets. I'm sorry, not targets, but receptions. 16. He found Jamar Chase 16 times in one game. 16 receptions, 161 yards. Oh, but he also found T. Higgins 6 times too for 96. So it wasn't just Jamar Chase, but the fact that Jamar Chase was being found that much is just absolutely crazy. From the Steelers side, they were led in receptions by the tight end Freiermuth, followed by Metcalf with only 3 receptions. To me, that was more of the game is that they were not able to lean as much on their passing game as Cincinnati was able to do. Another thing when you look at that game too, Cincinnati outgained them in yardage. Cincinnati had 470 yards to their 396. So it was definitely a plus for Cincinnati when it came to passing. They both were equal in third and fourth down, pretty much. Penalties, the Steelers were penalized just a little bit more, but it was just those 2 picks that Rodgers ended up throwing. And when you talk about time of possession, controlling the ball, Cincinnati had had over a 9-minute advantage when it came to time of possession. Time of possession matters because when you think about it, 9 minutes is almost a full quarter when you add up all the time. So keeping your rival quarterback on the sidelines for what would equate to a full quarter is huge because they can't score unless he's out there, unless the defense is scoring. So if the defense isn't turning the ball over and scoops and scores and pick sixes and things like that, it's all on that quarterback. But he's on the sideline waiting to get in for the ball. That doesn't bode well. So uh, congratulations to the Bengals. It just raises questions of who are these Bengals, but it also raises questions as to who are these Steelers. You can see them play a certain way, and it does not mean that the next game you're going to get any more of that. So right now, again, they're at 4-2. They're currently leading the AFC North right now. But guess who's in second place? The Bengals. And guess who's in third place? The Doo-Doos. And in fourth place, bringing up the rear are the 1-5. 1-5 Baltimore Ravens. Yes, they're without Lamar Jackson, but they, even with Lamar, they were losing. They did not look like themselves. Normally, the Ravens are a team that you expect to blow people out during the regular season and struggle in the postseason. Um, but it looks like at this point, they're not going to make it to the postseason. And people say, Brian, why you say that? There's a lot of games left. There are a lot of games left, and there's a lot of teams out there that have 4, 5, 6 losses. And when you start getting jumbled up into that pack, this is going to probably be a little bit different than last year, where there were a lot of 13, 14, 15 win teams. That it was easy that even if they didn't win their division, they were going to the playoffs because of their record. I've got a feeling that there's going to be a lot of teams this year with 11 wins that are not going to the playoffs. There may be some teams with 12 wins, depending on what division they're in. They may have 12 wins and still don't go. And remember, 12 means that you only lose 5 games. Um, but I also think, y'all, there's going to be a lot of teams hovering around that 9-8, 10-7 record. I don't think there's going to be as many teams that win more than 10 games this year. Now, who are those teams that could potentially do it? Well, in the AFC East, you got the Patriots. They're at 5-2, so they've got 10 more games, and all that means is over the next 10 games, they would have to go 5-5 to get to 10. They got a good chance of that. The Bills are 4-2. Um, they again, they would have to win. They've only played 6 games, so they have 11 to go. So could they go 6-5? Absolutely. The Dolphins are 1-6. No, they're not going to win 10 games. The Jets are 0-7. No, they're not going to win 10 games. The Steelers are 4-2. They could. They've only played 6. Could they go 6-5 over the next 11? Yes. The Bengals are 3-4. They play 7 games. Can they go 5-5? I'm sorry, not 5. They got to win 7 of the next 10. Can they go 7-3? Probably not. The Doo-Doos are 2-5. Can they win another 8 games, go 8-2 over the next 10? No. The Ravens are 1-5. Or play 6 games. Can they go 9-2 over the last 11 games? I don't see it. Colts at 6-1 definitely can do it. Um, you've got the Jaguars at 4-3. They could still do it. The Texans are 2-3. Don't see it. Could see 9 wins. Just can't see 10. Titans, not even worth talking about. The Broncos at 5-2 definitely could do it. The Chargers at 4-3, as well as the Chiefs. 7 games. Can they catch fire, both of them, and win another 6 out of the next 10? Yes. The Raiders at 2-5, absolutely not. You get over to the NFC. The Eagles are 5-2. They are a weird 5-2 because the game yesterday against Minnesota, it took everything for them to hold on and win. And I'm starting to notice this about the Eagles. They start out fast and then they just hang on for dear life. It's almost like a car that's really, really fast, but the gas tank ain't but 2 gallons. So it go fast for a short amount of time and it slow down because it done ran out of gas. And it's just hoping that it got so much of a lead on you that you won't be able to overtake them. And that's exactly what's happening with the Eagles. Um, but could they potentially win 10? Yes. They've already played 7. They would have to win 5 of the next 10. They could split 5 and 5. This is where I was saying that I'm not sold on the Cowboys, even though they won yesterday against the Commanders. And they're currently somewhat tied for second in the NFC East, kind of because they have a tie, and because it's not counting as a loss, it's giving them a slight percentage point higher than the Commanders. The Cowboys would have to win 7 games more to get to 10. They've already played 7. So could the Cowboys go 7-3 over the last 10 games? I mean, they could, but that's asking a lot. And to me, there's a lot of pitfalls and landmines out there for them to be able to do that. I don't foresee that. Y'all let me know what you think though. Same thing though with the Commanders. The Commanders are 3-4. They play 7 games. Can they win 7 of the next 10? No, but I think they can get to 9. The Giants are 2-5. You know, can they win 8 of the next 10? No. That's why this year should not be relegated to them having a winning season, but really just being able to look at the totality of the product on the field and be able to say, you know what, let's extend our head coach and our general manager another 2 years and be able to sit back, evaluate now that they have their folks and they're still drafting and things like that. Can they make this team better around a rookie quarterback that is on his rookie deal? And can we sit there and take advantage of that, put some good pieces around so that we'll be not only competitive in the NFC East, but in the NFC as a whole? Going on down the line, though, you've got the Packers now at 4-1-1. So they've only played 6 games. Um, so they've got 11 left. Um, they've got 11 left. In those 11, can they go 6-5? Absolutely. The Lions, 6 games. They're playing tonight, so it'll be 7. But in those next 11 games, can they go 6-5? Absolutely. Here's one that's a shocker, though. The 4-2 Chicago Bears are tied for second place with the Detroit Lions. Can they go 6-5 in their last 11 games? I think they can. It's going to come down to matchups, but look, I'm telling you, these matchups are a week to week basis now. So they got a chance. The Minnesota Vikings are 3-3. They played 6 games. They got 7. They got 11 to go. Can they go 7-4 in those last 11 games? I don't think so. I think the Bears have a better chance of winning 10 games before the Vikings do. And something I would not have said at the beginning of the year, but based on what I'm seeing from the Bears, Caleb Williams is starting to figure it out little by little. And he's also relying on a good run game with DeAndre Swift, leaning into his receivers. Um, sometimes it is about coaching. So I'm happy to see that he is actually uh, taking it seriously and he's getting better. But we got the red hot 5-1 Tampa Bay Buccaneers playing right now at 5-1. So 6 games, 11 to go. Could they go another? They would only have to go 5-6 to be able to get to 10. I think they'll definitely do that. The team that has sold place of second in the NFC South is none other than my very own Carolina Panthers. Now they are going to face some interesting decisions now with Bryce Young being evaluated for a high ankle sprain to see if he'll be able to play next week or if he's going to miss games. And if he misses any, how many? I never thought I would say that Bryce Young is going to give them the best chance to win. But he gives them just as much the best chance to win a lot of times as the reason to lose. And that's something that I don't like. But when I see Andy Dalton come in for Bryce Young, and I get it, he hadn't taken all the reps that Bryce Young gets. He's coming in cold and things like that. It's hard to evaluate what a week of preparation could do for Andy Dalton, and I hope it does a lot. But I was very underwhelmed about his performance when he had to come in for Bryce Young to continue to keep the New York Jets off of the game. Well, y'all, we got a lovely surprise here. Let me bring him in. Here, there he is. We found him. We found Randall Hargrove, y'all.
What's up, brother?
How you doing?
I'm good. It's like that tonight. It's like that tonight on the job on the Monday through Friday. But brother is here. Yeah.
All right. Well, I was just sitting there going through the team's current standings. And Rand, I was actually saying, because this season has just been just straight craziness. Team can look like world beaters one week and just lose the next week. And I spent quite a bit of time talking about the choke of the New York Football Giants yesterday.
Yeah,
outscoring Denver 32-0, and then losing 33-32.
As accurate as Vegas is, when is the last time you've ever heard of Vegas losing 7 consecutive primetime games? Not talking people, Vegas.
Right. Vegas.
Right. Yes. So yeah, man, this season has been nuts. The New York Giants, I don't know how in the hell they blew a 26-8 lead with less than 8 minutes to go in the ball game. I've never seen that in my life.
I never seen that. And never.
Craziness.
So I mean, that took a team saying, you know what? F that scoreboard. Let's go out there and play and see what happens. And just keep pushing through.
Yeah.
That is going to put some serious confidence in Denver's side to believe that we ain't out of any game that we in. Hell, you just came back from that. You always in the game. That's going to put some confidence in that young Bo Nix. That's going to put some confidence in that entire team. I did say that while I don't believe in moral victories, that still for New York to score like that against a vaunted defense like the Broncos, there are some flashes and signs, but it's also the sign of a team that's just not used to winning. A team that is so used to losing. And I equated it to being in a bad relationship. When you've been in so many bad relationships, when you get in the next one, it's easy for you to mess that one up because you're used to them always crashing anyway.
Yep, that's okay. You know what? Their cornerstone pieces are doing fine.
Absolutely.
Dart is playing phenomenal ball. To go in Denver and to do what he did, putting up 32 points on the road in Denver was amazing. Scatterboo, their running back.
That's a dude.
Amazing.
That is a
full grown man.
Apparently loves contact because after he crosses the goal line, he's still looking for somebody to hit.
He's looking for it. He's the juggernaut. He just puts his head down and he's looking for contact.
And you know what? I'm going to give Wan'Dale Robinson his credit too because Malik, they're doing this without Malik Neighbors.
Thank you. I was just about to bring that up. That was my next point. I mean, they're putting up these points on the board on the road in a hostile situation, and they don't have their best wide receiver.
Nope.
New York is about to be fine. If you look at their defensive line, they're young, but they're coming along.
Brian Burns got re-engaged, man.
I'm starting to miss you, brother. Miss you.
Spider-Man is back.
Spider-Man is definitely back. He's back with a vengeance.
Gosh, yes, Lord. So you're right. So my whole thing is has Joe Shane and Brian Daboll done enough to convince ownership to give them 2 more years to work with this group, because they're right there. The cornerstones are there. They got their pieces in place. Now, I wasn't on board with them just throwing Dart in, but it seems like they gambled and they are winning. So play the hand while it's hot, continue to let them grow, draft pieces around a quarterback on his rookie deal to really, really then start strategically placing pieces here and there that can get them really good, not only in the NFC East, but the NFC as a whole.
Definitely. I would say, I wouldn't shake up the boat right now with the firing of the coach or any of the coordinators. At least go throughout this year and on to next and see what you got next year. Now, if you got the same slow start next year, you
Yeah.
might have these conversations. But they look to me to be a team that's about to turn the corner.
Mhm.
But like I said, they're missing their best weapon at wide receiver right now. I mean, Dart is just a rookie.
Right.
He ain't even got 10 starts under his belt, and neither does Scatterboo.
Right.
So if I was them, my offseason would be comprised of continue to build in the trenches, build that defensive line, and then get some offensive horses to protect Jackson Dart, because right now he's definitely looking like the future. He's looking like one of the best young quarterbacks in the NFC right now.
Absolutely. Absolutely, he is. No, I totally agree with you. That's why I think they should just go ahead and throw out 2-year extensions, so that they don't go into next year as quote unquote lame duck. Even though if things don't go well, you can always release them with a year left. But at least if you go ahead and extend them those 2 years, it's not so much looked at as them being in a lame duck situation.
Yeah.
So that's the only difference. But yeah, I mean, just all the props in the world to um, uh, uh, to the New York Giants for what they did for 3 quarters. It was just that unfortunately there was another 15 minutes to be played, and not so
Yep.
much.
They ain't quite learned to win yet. That's what young teams do.
Yep.
They'll be okay.
With the bed.
I will forever, as a Steelers fan, be haunted by us passing on Jackson Dart. It is hurting me to my core.
Now that you see, and even if the plan still would have been to let Aaron Rodgers cook this year, the future
is already set.
Oh
We
my
already
God.
set.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. And he is one of those guys that I feel like could make a Jaylen Warren better around him, make some of your receivers better around him. I think he could be that guy to do some stuff like that. But
Yeah, absolutely. We're in an Arthur Smith offense that requires movement of a quarterback, and our quarterback ain't got much movement.
no,
Jackson Dart would be killing it right now for us.
he would. Could you imagine the RPOs not knowing if a Dart or Warren has the ball?
Exactly. And as small as Warren is, he's going to hide that very well.
Yes.
And as fast as Jackson Dart is, because he does have speed,
He does.
He's shown it from time to time. I mean, yeah, Pittsburgh would be a far more explosive offense.
Agreed. Yeah, because teams would have to probably dedicate a spy, which then opens up your receivers for more one-on-one matchups. And Dart can move on the run and throw on the run. And when you got receivers like a DK Metcalf with one-on-ones,
that's all we need.
Good God
That's all we need.
Yeah. So I totally get you being haunted, because in my mind, I can see some crazy stuff coming out of the pistol, or just a straight up under the center, and him rolling out and catching DK streaming down the lines like back in some of them old Seattle days when Russ would throw him the moon balls like that.
Dude, I mean, you go back to last year, if you paid attention in the cooler, and I was this Jackson Dart kid from Ole Miss. Who is this? And I'm watching the Ole Miss games. And the before the draft even comes up on the April date, I'm like, we got to get Jackson Dart if we have a chance to. We're in position to, because we drafted like I think 20 or something like that.
Yeah, 21 or something. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so I'm like, we're in prime position for him. I'm
Unbelievable.
watching it the night of the draft. He keeps on, he's still on the board. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm getting excited now. We get all the way to 20 or 21, whether we're drafting, and we take this offensive tackle, and I'm about to just throw something at the TV, man. I went to bed so disgusted that night because we also passed on Shador. So
Right. Right. Yeah, to me it was even okay, Jackson Dart, absolutely. But no quarterback?
yeah, that was surprising. That was crazy surprising, especially since we didn't have a plan for getting Aaron Rodgers. At least I guess they did, but they hadn't told anybody. But not drafting a quarterback to me was just almost criminal
It is.
because
It's malpractice. It really
yeah,
is.
I mean the offensive tackle that we did take, I mean he's good, but I mean come on, could have probably got him
You
second
could have
round.
got another one in the second or third round.
Yeah, could have got equal talent in the second round, absolutely.
And even if he wasn't ready to be a day one starter, he could be in a tight rotation and just
We
keep
would have
switching them
survived.
out.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, but your future, when you look at quarterbacks, man, it's only so many of them that come out that end up being that guy. I
He
mean,
is the most
look at the struggles that a Caleb Williams, Bryce Young have had, with all
yes.
the pressure of coming out and being that guy and haven't so far lived up to it. I see Bryce trying to make some strides. I see Caleb really starting to figure it out with new coaching. But it's not always etched in stone that the guys, I mean, Cam Ward is going to have to figure it out. He may be good later on, but right now, and I'm not saying he's trash, but his team is trash.
Yeah.
So just because you get drafted first doesn't always mean anything. Sometimes it is those guys that get drafted later that seem to find a little bit more early success.
Having your answer at quarterback for those first 4 years
Yes,
is
yes,
so
yes.
critical. It's
Before you
so
have to sign
critical.
this dude to a 50, 60, $65 million second contract, and you got him on the cheap, build around him.
Build around them, and then you already know what he is by year 5.
Yep.
We look around the league and we see so many teams that that 5th year hits or even a 4th year hit, and they still don't have those questions answered, man. Bryce Young, to me, that's not an answered question. Panthers could say what they want, but that ain't an answered question to me.
No, I was just talking about how your Panthers are sitting pretty in second place in the NFC South at 4-3.
Yeah, looks good. Looks like they switched to a dual attack run game. That's what they're going to have to do going forward.
I agree.
Yeah, because Bryce Young is not one that's going to carry a team. We already discussed that. But if you can't have a quarterback that's going to carry your team, at least don't have one that's going to harm your team. And if you
Right.
could hide them behind 2 running backs, so be it, man. If that's how you win in games, so be it.
No, I agree. And for the Panthers, that is going to be a lot of the key to their success is just making sure that your quarterback is not going to win you the game. You just don't want him to lose you the game. So you're
Yeah.
going to have to come up with a lot of concepts. And I noticed that with Carolina, the one thing that they do well, they do run the ball, which is good when you're trying to maximize time of possession. How do you
Mhm.
keep the other team from scoring outside of their defense doing it? You keep their quarterback on the sideline.
Yep.
They kept they maintained time of possession 35 to 24 minutes. That means that for 9 minutes, which is 2/3 of a quarter, you keep the quarterback on the sideline. That starts to come into heavy play, especially if you got a lead, you're trying to protect the lead. Now the other team has to expose themselves by consistently throwing the ball in the air, and you got a ball hawk like J.C. Horn out there getting 2 interceptions in a game.
Yeah, man. And speaking of 5th-year quarterbacks and making decisions on them,
Oh God,
it just really looks like the end for Justin Fields, man. Um, New York fans have had it.
It's a
They've
wrap.
seen enough. They've
Oh,
seen enough.
the coach had it by halftime. He was like,
Yeah.
there is no other 30 minutes of this I need to see today.
Right.
He was done at halftime. He was like, I mean, that's like going out to the Apollo. You got a full routine, and the hook man come out in the first 25 seconds. You're like, but I ain't even got to the bridge. He's like, no need, no need.
No
We're
need.
good.
No
We're good.
need.
I've seen enough. I mean, you just came back from Europe, where didn't he have like negative 10 yards of passing or something?
Yes. Negative 10 total yards passing in your previous game. And then you pass for 46 yards by halftime against the Panthers.
Against the
And then
Panthers.
to make it so bad, Tyrod comes in and starts moving the offense. So yeah,
Right.
that is just nail in the coffin type dead for this guy. I wish him the best, but I just don't know where he's gonna land.
Canada.
Damn.
Where he gonna land? Hell, he need to be in the plane right now.
My man said Canada. You might be right though.
Because there is no any NFL team willing to pull the trigger on him. I mean, my God, where's Colt McCoy when you need him? Go get him before you go back to Justin Fields. My God, that's just crazy. That's absolutely crazy. The experiment did not work. Justin had a good opportunity to prove that coaches have really been letting him down since he basically came into the league, and he just hasn't done himself any favors. He looks gun shy. He holds the ball too long.
Too long.
It's almost as if he's regressed from those first couple of games that he started in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I mean, and even in Pittsburgh, I mean, we saw, he was afraid to make that mistake.
And push the ball down the field.
Exactly. He was not pushing the ball downfield. That's the whole reason he lost his job in Pittsburgh.
Agreed.
Yeah, so now, with the Jets, he had this prime opportunity, but he's still looking like he's gun shy. So I don't know, man.
Yeah. And when the Panthers can do that to you, the Panthers can out yardage you, outrun you, out throw you. That's absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
So kudos to them. They're 4-3. Bryce Young has a high ankle sprain, so they're not sure if he's going to be able to play in the next game.
He's out.
He's out.
It's
So that's gonna be Dalton then.
Mr. Dalton time. Yep.
So Red Rocket, I'm excited to see it. I wasn't excited when he came in, but I realized when you come in second quarterback, you didn't get any first team reps. You're coming in cold, barely getting any time to warm up. And the chemistry and connections with your receivers aren't there. Hopefully, with a full week of first team reps, I'm excited to see what he can do with Tet.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's a bigger quarterback, he should be able to see that big body coming across the middle. What he should be able to do with Leggett should be interesting too. He seems like he's starting to try to come on a little bit. And if they're doing some of this stuff with Bryce, I definitely want to be able to see what they can do. Him mixing it up with some of those tight ends in some 21 packages and things like that will be very interesting. But I don't know how much 21 they're going to run, because now with two backs, they're going to probably go back into a lot more 12.
Yep. I'll be right back with you, man. Sorry.
Okay. But yeah, they're most likely going to go into a lot more 12 setups where you've got two running backs, one tight end. Now the smart thing will be, even if you go into a 12, if you go into a 12 setup,
no, you're fine.
If you go into a 12 setup, then you still have the ability to split one of your backs out into a slot position or something like that, in pre-snap and things like that. So 12 is still a nice setup as well. If you've got some really good receiving tight ends like Kansas City does with Kelsey and Fant, that 21 is really, really good, because yes, you have the back, you've got a mobile enough quarterback, but then you also got two studs that can chip block and then find open spots along the in the field and everything. So that's going to be the difference. Not sure if the Panthers have that, but definitely would love to see them run a lot of base 12 combos and then do a lot of motion with Hubbard and Rico Dowdle. I think that'll be a good key for them. Let's look at current scores in the game. We've got Tampa Bay right now. Is it Tampa playing right now? Let me see what we got. Yeah, we got Tampa Bay and Detroit playing right now. It is second quarter, 11 minutes to go. And the Lions are actually up 7-0. Oh, let me bring you back in, Rand. I'm sorry. I had you on mute. There you go. Yeah. So we got the Bucks and the Lions ran at 7. Lions up 7-0. We've got the second game coming in at 10 p.m. Don't know how much of that I'm gonna be able to watch tonight, but it is the Texans at the Seahawks. I'm actually looking for the Texans to pull off an upset.
Think so?
I think so.
Yeah.
They can do it. You never know. Look, if I bet for the team that's the sure team to win, they'll surely lose.
Look, I can't argue with nothing right now.
Right? It's like,
right about now, anybody could be right.
I mean, look, the Cowboys struggle and they lose to the Panthers. They come back the following week and they blow the wheels off of the Commanders.
That was so disappointing.
I mean, you see the Panthers beat the Falcons 30-0, and they lose 20-10 to the 49ers.
And the Falcons before that go into Buffalo and come home with a victory.
Yes!
It's insane, man.
Yes! This is the same team that just sat there and went to New York, took down Josh Allen and the Bills.
Yeah.
And went to bed against the 49ers, who still, George Kittle just coming back. Pearsall in and out of the lineup. Well, God, what's my name? What's my man? The receiver ain't played yet. He's still out. Oh God, mighty.
Jennings,
no, well, Juwan Jennings too. But my other dude, Brandon Ayuk.
Ayuk, yeah. Oh wow,
Ayuk
I saw him.
Yeah, Ayuk ain't still out there. So they are still undermanned. McCaffrey was doing his thing, but my God, y'all just sat there and went to Buffalo. Then you come, and now you went to bed. I keep seeing this with teams. It took everything for the Packers to come back against the damn Cardinals yesterday, and they weren't even playing with midriff man.
And
they were playing with Brissett.
Can we talk about a 42-year-old quarterback who was booed out of Cleveland and some freaking how, without a full week of freaking preparation, puts up 340 damn yards and 3 touchdowns?
We sure can, because I brought up the Icy Hot Bowl earlier, and yeah, the Icy Hot Bowl started off last Thursday, where as Rand was saying, you had a 40. Is he 42 or 40? Is he 42?
I don't know. He's old enough.
But yeah, and I was joking that, man, they let his icy hot ass throw 47 balls. For 342 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. The thing that was crazy in this game, Rand, was, again, yes, they're still number one in the division, but right in second place right now are the Bengals.
Exactly.
And then the doo-doos.
When you have the opportunity to kill an opponent and you got your foot on the neck, step on his damn neck.
All the way. Don't even let him believe that there's a chance at life. Don't give him no hope. By halftime, you want them to say, you know what? Let's just go ahead, get some things executed. We'll come in on Monday. We'll watch some film. We'll reassess everything, and we'll be ready to roll next week. Ain't no sense nobody getting hurt out here. But don't give them hope. And, the thing about the Steelers is, again, still waiting for steal the ball. Good run game. Then the run sets up the pass. Aaron Rodgers throws 2 interceptions in that game that they just simply can't overcome. The rushing on both sides of the ball was fairly even. It was 142 to 147. That wasn't what killed them. What killed them was the extra passing and the turnovers. It was the turnovers that got in their way, and it was a little bit more penalties, accepted penalties on the Steelers side that got in the way too, that killed off some drives.
It was it was leaving Jamar Chase basically wide freaking open all night long.
16
catches.
Yeah.
Is absolutely insane.
How do you find somebody that many times without going, you know what? I think that's who he might throw it to this time.
Hello?
Could you not find him on the field? Flacco could.
I mean,
Flacco the only person on the field that knew where this man was.
There are wide receivers, starting number one wide receivers that don't have 18 catches in 3 damn games.
I was about to say that 3 games. Can't get it in 3.
God,
one. And it wasn't that he wasn't finding T. Higgins. T still got 6 for 96.
That was the most disgraceful defensive performance I've ever seen from the Steelers, man. But it falls back to what I've always said. Mike Tomlin does not have his boys always prepared to play the damn game.
Nope.
And when he doesn't, inferior opponents sneak up and bite the Steelers. And it is not something that's happened over the past 2 to 3 years. This crap has gone back to 2012 when Tim Tebow took out the Steelers.
Oh, man. Yeah, that was
in the freaking playoffs.
That was a low. That was a real low. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. You know, it's got to be hard being a Steelers fan because you can't take anything for granted ever. Even when you're favored and you should win, not just on paper, but on the damn field, it still might not work out that way.
Most frustrating thing about being a Steeler fan is no one can seem to complain about Tomlin because he's so great and he's got us to a winning record for so many years in a row that apparently he just can't do any wrong in any other area.
He has bought himself more rope than anybody else ever has.
God almighty, it's sickening.
He knows, either he knows somebody, he got some pictures, something. Well, he knows some people. Because you're right. He definitely has a leash, for sure. Moran, there were some other like crazy games. Man, I tell you, the one that was just absolutely crazy. I think Matthew Stafford need to stay his ass on the other side of the pond. Him and Devontae Adams. My God. I mean, damn. I know it was the Jaguars, but I think Matthew. Hold on a second. Oh, he just threw another pass to Devontae. Stafford just threw another touchdown. I'll be damned. I mean, how's your back, bro?
People forgot all about that, didn't they?
Listen, here's the crazy thing. Stafford only threw 21 of 33 for 182 yards. But he threw 5 touchdowns.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. That's one of them strange stat lines. But
this mug had 5 touchdowns. Sunshine threw an extra 100 yards. He threw 48 times up to 296 and a touchdown. Imagine you threw 200, almost 300 yards and a touchdown, no picks. The other guy threw 182 yards, but he threw 5.
We got 5 of them to your 1.
He's 37 years old.
Calories.
That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. But yeah, and Travis Hunter had a nice little coming out party. They did say that they were going to focus more on opening up a lot of first reads for him, where he wouldn't necessarily be the second read, third read, but he was going to be the first option on a lot of the plays. It obviously worked. They gave him 8 receptions for 101 yards and a touchdown. The only touchdown they had was Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
Rand, I got a question for you. What in the hell? Well, 2 questions. What the hell is wrong with the Miami Dolphins? And
I know the next question.
How
You
is
talk
it?
about tape. You got some tape on some damn body.
How is it that as we speak right now, that God dang it, Mike McDonald is still employed with those Miami Dolphins?
Man, look, he got a murder on tape.
I mean, is there a cucking video with the owner's wife? What is it? I mean, damn.
Yeah, my man got some serious blackmail material because that's all I could think about. That's all I could think of because he damn sure ain't earned his right to stay as the head coach in Miami. There was plenty of Mondays where we thought this guy was done.
Bruh,
And
you
here we
lost
sit
to the
another one.
Doo-Doos 31-6.
And here it is Monday, and no news of a firing. It is insane, man.
I
It's
thought they were gonna
insane.
fire him after the game. I was
Yes.
like, I thought security was gonna come get him in the third quarter. Like, he's still out there, and he's just walking around so lethargic, like, dude. Like, I'm like, bro, do you know you losing to the Doo-Doos?
I thought it was going to happen after he lost to the Panthers, but
Same. He should have. I mean, what more did you need to see? And what was it in yesterday? You lost to the Brownies, who at that point had only won one game.
right.
Oh my
Makes no
God.
sense to me. Makes no sense to me.
You
I
lost
don't
to
know how
the
this dude
freaking
can play.
Brownies. You lost to Dylan Gabriel missing 5 passes. He was only 13 of 18 for $116. But hell, Tua was 12 of 23 for 104 damn quarters. Tua threw to the other team 3 times.
I don't know.
Now, I get Tyreek Hill is gone, but they still got some other guys out there. They got Waddle. They got some other guys out there. How in the hell do you play 4 quarters and your quarterback, he threw 25 yards a quarter on average?
High school, man.
Them bad high school teams where even where you only have to bring the punter out there because he can't kick straight. I mean, damn, 25 a quarter, man. And the coach is still getting paid today.
Insane.
This college team, who just got fired in college? Was it Florida?
Penn State's head coach got fired.
Yeah. Coach is getting fired in college right now, midseason.
Continually in the top 10, but not much success against other top 10 teams. He's out of here. He's out of here. Gone.
Still waiting for Belichick, too. Hint, hint. Miami. There's your guy right there. Come get him.
Please come get this guy, man. Please come get this dude.
Because as an aside, I am not watching the Virginia game because they're gonna put 60 on us.
Dude, I have never in my life felt like I watched the opening drive of a UNC football game, and that is it for the season. That is the highlight of the season.
Yeah.
Everything after that is downhill.
Bro, they're going to put 60 on them.
Yeah, Virginia's going to rout.
Oh, they're going to roll them. They're going to roll them. They're going to roll them. They 5-1, they're going to roll them.
If Georgia Tech is on UNC's schedule, it's going to be a massacre.
Oh, God. They should cancel. Just say that too many of your players are sick at one time. He ain't going to be able to play. Yeah. Don't do it. But, yeah, come get Belichick. But I don't understand what McDonald has on them. But, damn. That's amazing. I ain't never seen nobody be able to keep a job like that.
Yeah, he got some videos of Diddy parties or something, man.
Yeah. There's some baby oil and stuff going on, and
I'm saying,
scoring update. The Lions are now up 14-0 with 5:51 left in the second quarter.
Yeah, my man Gibbs just took one to the house. I know that's not good news for your fantasy squad, but
I don't care.
News for me, brother.
Great news for my FanDuel. Damn that.
I hear you.
That means I'm winning. I'll take an L in fantasy. I'm gonna win. I won yesterday in FanDuel. Damn it! Today is gonna be another good day.
You can't win.
It took a lot for me to win in FanDuel yesterday. I had to count on the Packers coming back on the Cardinals. I I had to count on the Eagles holding on to win. I had to count on. I did predict the Colts were going to beat the Chargers. I just had it in me that they were just. LA has not looked like what I need them to look like to really take them seriously. And I've seen more out of Indiana Jones, Jonathan Taylor, and them boys than I've seen out of Justin Herbert getting it to Quentin Johnston on a regular basis and that team evolving. They're just kind of middle of the road for me. I don't know what to expect from the Chargers really a lot.
Yeah, I think they were really hurt by the loss of Omarion Hampton when he
Yes,
went down.
big time.
So they lost a lot with that run game, and they don't have Najee Harris either. So that was
That's right. That's right.
double loss at the running back position. So yeah, they just look kind of middle of the road, man. But yeah, hugely disappointing loss for them for sure. They were all decked out in their new yellow uniforms, had a stadium full of rabbit yellow fans, ready to celebrate what they thought was going to be a victory, and ended up getting smoked by Indy. So yeah,
Indy right now best record in the NFL.
Crazy.
6-1.
Daniel Jones. Yo.
Daniel Jones. 6-1. Ram, he is a candidate for MVP.
Which also sounds extremely crazy.
Oh my God. That's just crazy. That's just crazy. When you look at it, they're running away right now with the AFC South. And that's just crazy. I really thought, I wasn't expecting Houston to necessarily be just blowing it away. I expected them to contend. Now, could Indianapolis stub their toe? Absolutely. But 7 games in, there's only 10 to go. The other thing that I was bringing up too was, unlike years past, I don't really see a lot of 13, 14, 15 win teams this year. There's a lot of teams that have 4 and 5 losses already.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you got 4 or 5 losses. You ain't got but about 10, 11 games left for a lot of these teams. So now you're asking yourself the question, if you have 5 wins on your resume, can you go 5-5 the rest of the season? Can you go 6-4 the rest of the season? If you only got 3 wins, can you win 7 more games out of the last 10?
Magic number is always 10. If you get yourself to 10, you're sitting at about 82% chance to make the playoffs.
I agree. And I still think there's going to be a lot of 10-win teams that ain't going to get in. I think that there may be 1 or 2 11-win teams that won't get in just because of the division that they're playing in.
Well, 11's kind of pushing it. Like 11-win team. There's only been one of those in the history of the NFL that didn't make it. I think that was the Patriots. But if you can get the 10, you're good. That's always the magic number to shoot for. And Indy right now, you said what? They're 5-1?
6. They don't play 7 games.
Wow.
All they would have to do is go to get the 10, 4-6.
They just need to get these final 4 victories under their belt, and they're sitting pretty in the NFC South because they already got this giant lead. And that's why I was so mad at the Steelers, man, because they could have had a similar lead with a 5-1 record, and then every other team in the NFC
and beat a divisional opponent
and beating a divisional opponent.
That's like 2 wins.
Exactly. So they really just blew a huge opportunity.
Big time. Yes,
they really did. Man.
Yes, that wasn't like them losing to the Jaguars or the Raiders or something like that. That was a in division rival. That counts almost as 2 damn wins.
Yeah, and then you breathe, like you were saying earlier, you breathe life into Cincinnati. So when you got to see the Cats again, hey, they know they can beat you. I mean,
exactly.
Crazy.
Now they're like, okay, this old man did exactly what he did the first time he went to Cleveland after Mr. Masagi went down. Everybody rallied behind him, and they started winning some games. They started believing in themselves, and you saw some success there. Now he's doing it with the Bengals.
Right.
You found Jamar Chase. We were putting him on milk cartons.
Right.
When Browning was out there, we know if Chase was still playing. So, speaking of which, there's going to be a decision coming soon with not Justin Jefferson, with the Minnesota Vikings trying to figure out when it's going to be a good time to bring JJ McCarthy back in because they've been playing pretty decent ball with one Carson Wentz.
That is a big decision to make, and I'd probably stick with Wentz. I mean, when McCarthy was out there, he wasn't looking too great to me.
Nope.
So yeah, I'll probably stick with Carson, man. As crazy as that sounds,
doesn't it though?
This year was just unbelievable. You know, Mac Jones in San Fran. It's like,
oh my God. Oh my God, Mac. I'm sitting there looking at Mac Jones like, how did I miss this?
Who are you?
Who are you? Yeah, I mean, I know you were heavily praised out of Alabama and all that stuff, but then you go to New England and don't see any of this. Of course, I ain't seen anything out of any of the last couple of quarterbacks Bill Belichick has had under him.
Yeah.
Even at Carolina.
I'll be so glad when they run this guy up out of Chapel Hill.
Oh my God.
It's really hurting me. It's really hurting me to watch.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, so we got that going on as well. A lot of crazy games. It's hard to predict this year. Even on my job, man, they're running that same pick 'em that you have, but they're picking all the games.
Mm-hmm.
And I look like straight garbage in that league. I'm losing to like people that there's no way they know anything about football. They just picking colors and names. There ain't no way. Because some of them have lost literally like less than 10 games this year. And I'm like, that is freaking impossible. There's no way you could, I mean, you would have to almost be doing like this. There's no way in the world that you sitting there looking at numbers, looking at stats and things like that and going, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Because logically it doesn't, man. I mean, I do my prep work before picking a team. And it has not been working.
It don't work.
There's no rhyme or reason to it this year. It's insane, man. It's insane.
So for anybody, I mean, literally, I'm like in 40-something place. There's no way. There's no way. I ain't saying I should be first, but there is no way I should be on the second page. No way at all. And when I went to the office last week, they're like, what's going on, Mr. NFL show in 40-something place? I said, shut your damn mouth. You know what? Don't make me quit the show.
Well, right now in our career pool, I'm sitting first place with a 12-11 record. So that should tell you everything.
That's bad. That's sad. But that's how this year has gone. So, you know, it's just one of them things. It's just absolutely crazy. All right, sir. So what games are we looking forward to this coming week? Like I said, we're closing out week 7 right now with the last two games, the Lions and the Bucks, and then we got the Texans and the Seahawks. And then we've got Thursday night football starting with the Vikings and the Chargers.
Yeah, I'm keeping it local, man. The two games that I'm really looking forward to seeing is now that Bryce Young is out, I'm really trying to see what these Carolina Panthers are going to look like when they go against Buffalo.
You mean Carolina Panthers North?
Yeah, right. Carolina Panthers North.
I'm sure Brandon Beane will be down scouting players. Say,
hell yeah,
my way.
Giving out bus passes. Here you go. Take one just in case you need it. Take one just in case you need it.
I mean, does he bring like realtors down with him when he comes and say, you know,
for real,
start pricing out cards? You'll need this soon. Trust me.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what the Panthers could do in the absence of Mr. Bryce Young. You know, what that's going to look like, how different that's going to be. Who knows? I mean, Andy might fall flat on his ass, but I don't think he will. I think he'll fare a little better. So we'll see how that one goes. And of course, the Sunday night affair. My Steelers better damn redeem themselves playing a home game against the Packers. I doubt that they will, but they better. They better.
Any leaning on it? You going for them Steelers in that game? You think they're gonna show up?
I had to lean for that. I'm going Packers. I'm leaning Packers.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm playing for Pittsburgh, but there's nothing that I saw from the Steelers defense last Thursday that says they're gonna be able to stop Love
Josh Jacobs
or Josh Jacobs.
or Tucker Kraft
Keep on going. Keep
or,
on
Rom-
naming players.
or Romeo Dobbs.
Yeah, none of them. None of them.
I'm sorry.
None of them.
That's going to be hard. And that defense ain't bad. And if Rodgers keep throwing the ghost and stuff like that, he might throw another multi-interception game.
Well,
which has never been his MO. And it's age, of course, but he's not a multi-interception guy or hadn't been in his career.
Well, it's kind of easy to do that when you got one reliable wide receiver. The Steelers have been saying, we're going to sign this guy. We're going to sign that guy. We're going to sign this dude. They've been playing that game since the draft, yo. And to this date, they don't have a number 2 wide receiver for this guy.
That's correct. That was my worry that letting Pickens go like that, it would have made more sense to keep Pickens on one side and have Metcalf on the other side.
Yeah, it would have made more sense, but Pickens was such an asshole. He was basically just tearing up the entire locker room. They had to make a move on that dude. Yeah. And I'm kind of hearing the same things about AJ Brown in Philadelphia. Has he requested a trade?
No.
You haven't heard that? Okay.
I know there were some cryptic messages that AJ was sending about not being happy, but I think after the game he had yesterday, I think AJ is A-okay. Okay. AJ was the benefactor of a lot of stuff. Now, I wouldn't have faulted him because I do agree that the Eagles leaned so much on the run game last year that they kind of took for granted that AJ and Devontae were there. And I've always said, hey, use the teams that you're playing's weakness against them. If they can't stop your receivers in one-on-one matchups, and you've got Goddard, Devontae, and AJ, I get you got Saquon, but you know the best way to start opening up running lanes for Saquon? Keep them from stacking the box.
Yes.
Open up your game. Stop being so damn conservative like you always got a 30-point lead on people.
Yeah, it was crazy to me to see them opening night only target AJ one time. That was insane to me, man.
I mean, think about it. Kansas City got Rashee Rice back yesterday. They didn't hesitate. First couple of plays with Rashee.
Yeah.
And then blew out the Raiders 31-0.
Yep.
Yeah, Mahomes and Mahomes did exactly what you're talking about. When you got your foot on that neck, you go ahead and push all the way down on that. They ain't give them a chance to believe that they ever had a chance of coming back. This was not going to be no Giants-Broncos situation in Kansas City today. Mahomes wasn't having it.
No, that's what winning teams do. That's what quarterbacks with a winning record and a winning regiment know how to do. And until said other teams learn how to do that, they're going to continue to blow games and blow leads and lose to inferior opponents. That's just how it is.
Absolutely, and that's just absolutely crazy. But we got the Vikings and the Chargers, like I said on Thursday. The Vikings travel to LA. This is a toss-up game to me. I wouldn't be surprised if this was a 3-point spread by Vegas, just giving 3 points to the Chargers for being the home team. I don't like either one of them. As far as the way that they've been playing lately. I'm hoping Justin Herbert figures it out. I'm giving a slight lean to the Chargers in that game, but not because they're doing anything special. It's just I'm not seeing anything special out of Minnesota right now. Even though I will say that Jordan Addison, he back. He doing his thing.
Yeah.
So that could push me back that way too, just because of what I'm seeing out of Addison.
Yeah, I'm going Chargers too, barely. Like you were saying, nothing impressive, but I do think that they need to redeem themselves from that performance they put on yesterday, and maybe that'll be a motivating factor. Their defense was absolutely atrocious versus Daniel Jones. So hoping with a another week of practice, that they're going to show up a little better, especially being a home game. They better. So
Absolutely.
I
Hey,
don't
you
think
got
Harbaugh's having it.
me either. Me either. You got the Dolphins at the Falcons. Grant, I just don't see how the Dolphins are going to stop Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier from running all over there.
Hell no. I mean, that game's already over and it ain't even started. If the Atlanta Falcons know how to play it right, which is run the ball, man. I mean, that
Oh my
game's
God.
over.
Run to
Dolphins
set up
can't
their pass.
stop
If you
anything.
run enough, then you're going to find Drake London, Daryl Mooney, Kyle Pitts anywhere you want to. But go to your bellwether and just pound that ball in on short yardage, bring in Algier just to sit there and punch it through, and you'll be
Yeah.
good. But here's an interesting one, and I know it's a team you absolutely despise, but the Bears are going to see the Ravens. I think Lamar is supposed to be back.
Yeah, I haven't heard. But regardless, I mean, they've had a bye. They're well rested. I'm thinking Harbaugh has studied on how to take out the Bears and to shut down Caleb. So I got the Ravens winning that one.
Same. I think it's going to be competitive, at least for the first half, though.
I do too, because the Ravens,
They're not going to pull away early in this game.
yeah.
They can
And how surprising does this say? We've been talking about surprising things to say. The Ravens defense is trash. When is the last time anybody ever said that?
trash, can't tackle, giving up big plays. The Ravens,
The Ravens.
bruh, that's a hard one. That is. If you're a Ravens fan, that's got to be probably the hardest thing for you to see right now. Where the hell is the defense?
I'm telling you.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. I mean, you've seen anemic offenses. That ain't gonna shock you. But to see that defense not be there, nah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Now that the Bengals have belief again, the Jets are coming in to extend their losing streak, and I believe they're going to do that. The Bengals should beat the hell out of the Jets. Now, to the Jets' credit, though, even with the Panthers game, it's the second week in a row they've only allowed 13 points and still lost.
I know. I think that's a NFL record too.
It is.
Yeah.
That has never happened.
Yeah. I thought I read that before. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you do that? So it's not your defense letting you down. You just can't score no damn points.
Right. Yep. And I think it's going to be a little bit more of the same, man. I think the Bengals just got too much for them.
Look, if Flacco can find Jamar Chase even 10 times, woo!
28 catches in 2 games. Man.
Oh God!
I think that was Mingo's season when he played. But Dallas was dumb enough to trade for him. So hey.
Oh my gosh! Absolutely, dummies. Oh, you got the 49ers going to Houston to play the Texans. The Texans to me are just so up and down. Even if they do beat Seattle tonight, I don't take anything that Houston does from one game to another. I can't, because they're just so inconsistent.
Yeah.
Yeah, but one thing that's not been out of the ordinary lately is CMC has been healthy and he's been running very, very angrily. He put up 129 rushing yards, not to include his receiving yards. And they've been using McCaffrey more in sets that when he was with Carolina, I kept screaming for. Even if you start him in the backfield, put him in motion pre-snap, put him in the slot, get him those short passes and have him make that first person miss so that he can get into the meat of the defense and do his thing. And that's been working out for them. Even while Pearsall has been out, Bourne has stepped up as a good receiver for Mac Jones. I know they had some chemistry when they were in New England. And I think something about college too, maybe. But they have a good chemistry, and that has been working. this will be the second game that Kittle's back, so he should be a little bit more involved in the offense too. And right now, I just kind of and even with Fred Warner being out for the rest of the year for the 49ers, that defense did step up pretty good against Atlanta in some crucial situations to keep that to keep them at 10 points when there were certain times when you thought they were going to go ahead and score a go-ahead touchdown, and the defense came together. So Fred's not there, but they are still formidable on that defensive unit.
Yeah, and it's like you look at the Texans, at least for me, I keep thinking, okay, when are they gonna step on the gas? I think it's gonna be
Right.
this. Nah, it wasn't this week. When are you gonna step on the gas? Nah. When is Nico gonna get right with
CJ.
CJ?
Yeah.
And it just doesn't seem to happen from week to week, man. It's
And it's almost like CJ. A lot of times, I swear to you, if you take the helmet off, sometimes I think it's Justin Fields in there.
yeah, for real.
Like he's patting the ball, he holding the ball too long. He's not trusting his eyes. That what he sees is what he's seeing, and the next thing you know, he's down on the ground because he held the ball too long. Now he's taking sacks,
Yeah,
and he don't take 6-yard losses. He take 12-yard losses. When he
yeah.
back.
Yeah.
And that really puts you in a bad position. There's not a whole lot of 3rd and 18 plays that you can run. A lot of those are going to be draw plays. They're going to be not very sexy plays that you dump off to a running back and stuff like just to get some of your yardage back so that you give your kicker a better field position and things like that. But it's 3 and outs. It's stall drives and things like that. And that's all I keep seeing out of the Texans. Like, when are y'all going to put a full, complete game together?
Yeah. And quit hurting yourselves, shooting yourselves in the foot constantly.
Absolutely. Now that'd be a good one. Here's going to be an interesting one, I think. The Patriots welcome the Doo-Doos.
Yeah.
Dylan Gabriel is about to find out what a defense will really do to a rookie quarterback.
You got that right.
Mike Vrabel is going to blitz the living hell. Shador, ice up. You may be in sooner than you think. And Drake May, my God, he just been beasting his ass off. He representing. He representing, man.
Looks like a vet out there.
Oh my gosh. This dude is doing it all. Throwing dimes, running with the ball, all kinds of stuff. So you keep doing it, Drakey. I'm telling you, that's some crazy stuff. Rand, I got a prediction.
What you got?
The Giants are going to Lincoln Financial on Sunday. And they're going to lead with a dub.
What? No way. No way.
They're going to beat my Eagles. And this is why. The same thing that I just said about the Texans, I say the same thing about the Eagles. The Eagles get out to a lead and then hold on for dear life. You ain't going to be able to do that. You're going to have to match touchdown for touchdown, field goal for field goal to be able to stay up. The Giants have nothing to lose. Nobody expects anything out of them except progress. They got that. How are you going to stop Scatterboo? Zach Bond, yeah, he's good. Cooper DeJean, yeah, he's good. But by the time they get to him, he done peeled off a lot of yards. They keep controlling the ground game like they've been doing and keep Jalen Hurts off of the field. I don't care if he's 16 for 17. It won't matter because it won't be enough. I think the Giants are not only going to beat them, they're going to beat them by at least a touchdown and a half. I see a 10-point game on it. Yeah, I love my Eagles. I ain't nowhere in the world I would just say that free willy. But I mean, my eyes ain't lying. I mean, if the Giants play like they've been playing over the last couple of games, it's going to come together eventually. And the Eagles keep relying on the ball bouncing their way to get wins, block field goals, or waiting for the other team to do something stupid and things like that. Their defense ain't the same. Their offense line ain't the same. Meaning Saquon hadn't been the same. I can't trust Jalen Hurts to always keep finding AJ and Devontae and Goddard. So yeah, I think this is the game where they're going to be humbled a little bit.
I feel you, bro, but yeah, I got to take your Eagles. I think they're going to outgun the Giants.
I hope so. I hope so. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. But I have no reason, as I sit here today, after what I saw yesterday, to believe any of that. I just don't know if Sirianni is just. I mean, he seemed like a good guy. It just seemed like he just stuck in his ways. Like, you know, it's like they're just waiting for everything to just implode before they recognize we need to do something more. And I even see that from the commentators. Like, man, what are y'all talking about? They're still 4-2. They're still leading their division. Okay,
Yeah.
but when they went on that 10-game losing streak, then people started talking. When there was obvious signs before that losing streak that it was coming.
Thank you.
Why you got to wait for all the wheels to fall off the car for you to realize that you riding on rims?
Yeah, that kind of talk does kill me, man.
That
Because
kills me.
when I openly criticize the Steelers, even though they win, a lot
Yes.
of people want to be like, "Oh, you won the game. You got nothing to talk about." Dude, you want to wait till we lose so we can talk?
Right. Look,
A
I'd
problem is
rather
a
catch the
problem.
plane while it's flying in the air before it start to crash. It start to
You got
tailwind
that
and
right.
nosedive.
Right.
Damn. That gets in my crawl too. But anyway, closing this out, we got the Bucks at the Saints. Saints look like trash. Rattler looks like he ain't it. The Bucks are going to kill them. Absolutely murder them. The Titans come to the Colts. Rest in peace, Cam Ward. Now here's an interesting one. You got 425 game in Mile High. Cow bitches go to Denver. I know cow bitches, y'all just beat them Commanders up. But Denver just sat there and got a win of a lifetime. They're gonna be ready for you. Sean
Yeah.
Payton gonna make sure that they're not gonna be down no 32 points again. They coming for your ass.
Yeah, I got the Broncos, man. I
I
think
got the Broncos on this one.
Dak finally has a bad game.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You already know. I'm gonna go ahead and say he's gonna throw 2 picks.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
I foresee it too.
Oh yeah, they ready. And then lastly, you got a Monday Night Football game. Only one next week, thank God. You got the Commanders at the now streaking Kansas City Chiefs with all of his weapons available.
Yep. And on the other side of that football, the Commanders do not have all their weapons available. They seem to readily be losing weapons.
Yes.
So yeah, I don't see them staying.
Debo's been hurt. McLaren's been out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even JD was limping yesterday. So
Yep.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Absolutely. So yeah, that ain't gonna be pretty. I think Mahomes Monday Night Football, Travis Kelce, the life of the showgirl sitting in the box.
That's a
Ain't gonna go
tall glass of water to drink. And I don't think the Commanders got it in them.
Not at all. Oh yeah, absolutely. And Taylor's pretty tall too. But anyway, all right, y'all. Well, we're gonna wrap it up for this week. Happy betting out there. Remember, bet with your head, not with your heart, especially this season, because you will really go broke doing that.
Flip a coin, yo.
Yeah, you might as well do that too, or just stay away from the point spreads. Just go straight money line. That's all I can tell you.
Exactly.
Stay away from the point spreads. Who knows? Who the hell knows? Hell, go ahead and just start betting on the NBA. Leave football alone.
Yes, Hornets opening game Wednesday night.
God, I can't believe it. Yeah, I got to catch that. I know they got the stadium redone and everything, so I had to go out there and check it out. But y'all have a great week, and we look forward to seeing y'all again. Same time next week. See ya.